Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are going to talk about will chips and are the new boxes broken. So first of all, let's talk about how you can get will chips. Now will chips are an item that can be gotten in forms of currency or in forms of actual affix wills. So first of all, we're going to talk about getting the affix wills. So one way of obtaining these affix wills is to go into the speed clear rankings, get a good placement, which clearly I don't have a good placement because we're 23rd right now. And you get these boxes, and these boxes give you a 1 to 2 will, with obviously the percentage right here of getting each drop, and these will give you a will affix, and level 1 will increase it by 1, level 2 2, and then level 3 of course 3. So they come in 3 different rarities, right, which is level 1 is blue, level 2 is purple, and level 3 is gold. So these can be bought with these tokens as well, or they can be obtained in will supply crates, as you can see. So basically these tokens right here can be exchanged over at the R&D spot, which is right here, research and development, and you can exchange these wills for boxes, or of course a 1 to 3 level will. So these cost 100 each. That is your average cost for will. So right now with 5,000 of these tokens, I can get 50 of these will tokens. And now there are these other deluxe supply crates that just came in with the update. So we're going to talk about these in today's video. So wills obviously help you out a lot. You can also again get these from disaster simulation. You can get these from the battle pass. You can get them from daily logins. You can get them from a bunch of other stuff. And so I just like to talk about the best wills you can get, and of course the boxes, like I said. So as you can see, these wills are insanely good for your character builds. Like this selection mechanism literally gets to make you choose your own will, and these help you out with your level 3 affixes, because that means if you get a lot of these gold and purple ones, this will make it way easier to build on your character because you require less affixes from your actual cards, so you can be more flexible in which cards you use, as well as building for a better build with more affixes. So as you can see, this guy has a lot of affixes, and as you can see, I have some very good affixes. Ignore this is terrible, but it is a side effect of some of my affixes. Right here, as you can see. But this is basically very, very solid because these affixes help you out a lot with your affixes, or the wills help you out with your affixes. Like here, for example, these help me out a lot. If I didn't have any of these, my build would be completely shit. So now getting on with the will crates. The will crates have their own different rarities, and I'll basically be discussing them. So first of all, you have your deluxe will supply crates. These ones cost 2,500, and they give you a random level 3 will guaranteed. So this level 3 will can be either of any of these, but just look at the chances. There's a 4.33 chance to get a pretty bad affix, and by bad affix I would mean an SSR or an SR exclusive mechanism affix, or a defense affix like resolute defense, survival, tenacity, or steadfast. Now if you look at these, there's a huge pool between the wills. So if you look at the chances for, of course, the other wills, there's a bunch of wills right here, as you can see. There's a lot of affixes you can get for either one of these. But if you look at the chances on the drops for the deluxe will supply crate, there's actually less. Now that they cut off a lot of the clutter, and by doing so makes it easier to get what you want, but there's also still a very high chance you get these with a 4.33 chance. Now for the affixes you really want to go for, obviously being impassioned, resolute attack, penetrating eye, mind reader, maybe super critical, raid break, and then maybe an SSR affix that you don't have from the disaster simulations. There's a little bit of chance, and I calculated for the ones I want to be around maybe 7% or 15%. I think it was 15%. And for this one, it's around like 40% of getting what I want. So the odds are very, very small. I think that's the odds. I'm not quite sure though. So this one, why it costs more, is it does give you a level 3 will, just like this one does, but this one instead has a higher chance to drop Impassion, almost more than a 2 times chance to drop these ones, with also a higher chance to get these SSR affixes, but all the defensive statistics and resolute defense are completely eliminated from the picture, and the SR affixes as well. So the only bad things you can get from this is probably First Strike or a duplicate SSR affix that you don't have, as well as maybe the enhancement cards. So there's actually a very high chance of getting what you want from these ones, which is very, very nice. And these ones are actually the most ideal to get before you do any of this disaster simulation stuff. So the reason being is these disaster simulations, after you complete season 1, you get a lot of these SSR selectors for SSR characters. Now, these are bad because if you choose these, then obviously you don't want any duplicates because they already fill out the whole slot. So for example, I already have 3 out of 3 respect of or for the master. If I go ahead and roll for this now, I don't want respect for the master because if I get a duplicate, it will be completely useless to me. So these selectors get to make you choose anything. So if you hung on to these, you could roll for a bunch of deluxe wills, supply crates if you spent money on the game or if you saved up enough, and then you could use that or those wills to get any one of these you want, which gives you a much higher chance to get what you actually are looking for. And by doing so, then you can use the selector to choose the SSR cards you don't have. So this actually almost guarantees a good SSR card with the exception of First Strike. And obviously maybe the enhancements, which is going to be around a like a 25% chance. No wait, a 15% chance to get a bad affix, quote unquote bad affix. So these ones were actually insanely broken if you didn't have the SSR cards, but almost every player in the game does now. And I think gambling, this one is very enticing, but with all these SR cards right here and the steadfast, it makes it very how do I say it? I feel like unappealing to me because I'm probably, knowing my luck, I'm gonna get bad stuff. But the wills here, of course, give you more. But this is almost more than double the price. So it's hard to really choose. But I'm probably gonna buy the Deluxe Wills Precision Supply Crate when I get 6,000, or you can save up, and this will take you around half a year from just Abyssal rewards alone. So the Abyssal Wanderer will give you around 1,100 tokens a day, and if you see that this is 25,000 tokens to buy Custom Will Supply Crate, which means doing the math, and by doing the math, I'm punching numbers into a calculator right now. Divided by 1,100, because that's what you're going to get per week, per se. It's going to take you around 22.7 weeks, so around 28 weeks, or sorry, 23 weeks. I don't know, I do not know why I said 28. 23 weeks to save up for enough for this. So that's around less than a year for 2 of these Custom Will Supply Crates. Now that's a long wait, but if you're waiting for the update, you can actually save for this grind. This can give you any rare will you want. Select one of any level 3 rare will, and why this is good is it can literally be anything you want. So this can mean Golden Molt 3, that would be insane, right? Or maybe Penetrating Eye 3, or Mind Reader 3, or Impassion 3, or Resolute Attack 3, anything. Now, the ones I'd probably suggest is probably like Penetrating Eye 3, because you can slide them around a lot of characters, like Raid Break characters, and etc. Or maybe Impassion, because you can put them on any character in the game almost. But yeah, that's what I'd probably put it on. Now, I'd probably hesitate from doing mechanisms, like let's just say level 3 Golden Molt, because while it is really good for Sonic, it's not the best for every character in the game because it's only good on Sonic. So if you ever decide to drop Sonic as a character or play a different character, you can't slide those affixes around and trade them around. So choose something more universal. That's what I'm trying to say, like Impassion, Penetrating Eye, or Mind Reader, or maybe even Resolute Attack. Those are going to be the most valuable affixes in the game. So that's what I've told you guys and what you need to know about these new boxes. Which you summon for, I can't really advise you because I haven't bought any myself. But what I can say is that this one is risky, but it can give good reward because you have, of course, multiple affixes. Like, instead of summoning for 2, getting these, you could summon for one of these deluxe wills, Precision. You could summon for 2 of these, and then maybe you get 2 Penetrating Eyes, or a Mind Reader and a Penetrating Eye, if you get really, really lucky, right? Or it could just give you nothing. But you could spend more for this, and it'll give you a higher chance to get something good, per se. Instead of getting 2 garbage ones, you're almost guaranteed 1 good one. Almost. Not quite, because there's still a lot of filler garbage in here. And then, of course, custom guarantees a good will. If you actually click on it right, I swear. If you guys misclick and choose a horrible will, I will gut you. And then, of course, 1 to 3, I do not suggest this one, because 50 wills does not guarantee me to get a yellow, let alone 20 wills. So, for example, I summoned for 20 wills, and I didn't even get a purple. So, what does this tell me about the odds of getting a gold? If I summon for 50 of these wills, who knows? Plus, the level 1s are utter garbage, so you kind of don't want these. So don't summon for this one. I'd say save up for one of these 3. Now, if you want to speed up this process on getting stuff, you can always start splitting. Splitting is very, very beneficial to you because you can get rid of the garbage you don't need in order to get more of these tokens. Now, the splitting isn't much, as the blues only give you 5 tokens, the purples only give you 40, and the yellows, which are the rares or the legendaries, give you only 100 of these tokens, which is very measly for considering the rarity of these cards. So I don't suggest splitting unless they're blue, or maybe some really garbage purple ones. But yeah, that's what I have to say about the wills and which one you should select. Again, to sum it up, it's all up to you. Just choose one of the legendary ones that are guaranteed, and pray for the best. Anyways, that's about it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody, and peace out.